Dear students, here is a question of Hindu numerals and zero, and let me explain the answer. It's of class 8 in fact. So the question is, please note the question, where in your daily lives and in which professions do the Hindu numericals and zero play an important role? And another part of the question, how might our lives have been different if our number system and zero had not been invented or conceived of? So it's a beautiful question, and there's something you have to thought and find out. So there are two parts of the question. Let me tell you once again. First part is, where in your daily lives and in which professions do the Hindu numericals and zero play an important role? This is one part. And another part, how might our lives have been different if our number system and zero had not been invented or conceived of? So let me give you some clarification of this question of class 8 of mathematics. See, Hindu numerals and the number 0 are used everywhere in our lives. Everywhere you use say 1 to 9 and the 0 to 9, you can say these numerals we use. These are Hindu numerals. We use them when we count money, we read our time, measure distance, check dates and do simple calculations. Everywhere you use these numbers, we use these numbers. For example, we see numbers on clocks. When you see the time in clocks, you see these numbers are there. When you see the calendar, you see these numbers. When you check your mobile phones and you check the numbers, electricity bill, price tax, bus numbers, all are coming, flight numbers, all are coming in numbers. And let me now tell, so we use these numbers, that is Hindu numerals and zero, in everywhere in day-to-day lives. And let me tell you some professions where these numbers are very much highly used. Like teachers and students, they use these numbers in mathematics, in science, in accounting, in taxation, all of you know. Then number 2 example is the bankers, accountants, they also use these numbers in financial records. Businessmen use these numbers. Engineers and architects, they also use these numbers for measurement and calculation or making the designs. Then scientists, computer programs, all of them use zero and other Hindu numerals for formulas and coding. So we see in every profession we use this. The accountant, they also use these numbers, the Hindu numerals. Now this is the first part of the question, where in our daily lives and in which profession. I will explain where in our daily life these numbers are very important, and in which profession. I have told you some profession. You can also think some profession which in which these numbers are highly used. These numbers are unavoidable, inevitable. This must be used in these professions. You can think of some professions. I have told the teachers, students, bankers, accountants, engineers, architects, scientists, computer programmers, accountants, and like that many. Now another part of the question, how might our lives have been different if our number system and zero had not been invented or conceived of? Suppose these numbers were not there at all, then what would have been our lives? Let me tell you some ideas, give you some ideas. You can also add some more ideas. You can also think. So let me answer this question. If our number system and zero had not been invented, it would have been very difficult to calculate, trade, or record information correctly. Suppose numbers are not there. How can you calculate? How can you go for business? How can you record the transactions? You cannot do. So this is the problem would have been if these numbers were not there. There would be no modern science. It would be very difficult if these numbers are not there. The modern science, computers, technology, as you know them today, this would have been some problem. There would have been problem. There would have been difficult to get these things without these numbers. Life would be much slower and more complicated if these numbers are not there. Which numbers? Hindu numerals and zero. if these numbers are not there at all, suppose you are not having these numbers or these numbers are not there anywhere, then there would be problem in scientific development, then computer applications, technological development, everywhere there have been problem. So I have explained the question two parts. Please you also think about the these answers in how in our daily lives and which profession these Hindu numerals and zero play important role, and what would be our life like if these numbers are not there. So I have explained, hope it is clear for you, and I have explained very easily. If any doubt, you can again communicate me. Thank you.